Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. It's that time of year again. Predictions. What is going to happen in 2020? This is all that I am getting from so many people. From famous people to people just like you and I. We're the regular people. And everybody is asking, Susan, what are you seeing? So I started to think about it, and I kind of just let what comes to me. I try very hard not to watch the news. I don't like watching the news. And I just want to see what natural things come to me. So I'm going to start reading off what I'm seeing, and we'll go from there. Okay? First up, I know everybody's talking about President Trump. Will he be impeached? What is going to happen? Is he not going to be the president? For those of you that love him, you're rooting for him. For those of you that despise him, I get it. Believe me, I get both sides. But I am not here to pick a side. I never do. So many times I notice when I state certain things, people think that I'm being biased or prejudiced. I am not leaning either way. I am just stating what I see. I need to remind you, okay? It's just something that I see, okay? So you can take it for what it's worth. Will President Trump be impeached? Well, funny thing is, I don't see this man going away. So he can probably go through the proceedings of what's going to happen, but I don't think anything major is going to come of it where he is going to step down. I just don't see it. Listen, could be wrong, could be right. We'll have to just see. But what I'm getting, I try to picture him going, and I don't see it. So that is my prediction. I don't see him going anywhere. Or at least the impeachment is not going to go into him stepping down as a president. Okay? Now, if President Trump is not reelected, my take of what I see in the stock market will take a major dip downward. And it will. So hang on to that. You've got to really, really think about all of that. So we are treading waters very lightly in who is going to be president and what is the state of our nation. This is huge. And yes, it will affect a lot of things, good and bad. Anything in technology stocks will go up and stay up. Also, 5G and gold will skyrocket. So if you are looking to bank on some really good stocks, stay in anything right now with technology, these will soar. Not only are they probably high right now, but they will continue to grow. So I would definitely tell you that. Anything technology, 5G, and gold will continue to skyrocket in such a big way. It will continue to do very, very well. For those of you that have it, keep it. Don't get rid of it. Maybe buy more, because this is something that I'm definitely seeing. Cryptocurrency from now through 5 years will be fading out. No paper money. I had a discussion with somebody about that, and he argued with me tooth and nail. Paper money is never going to go. Yes, again, it will. And honestly, there's a big thing between now and 2030 that there's going to be major changes to our world. And I agree with that, but I don't think it's going to have to take 10 years. I actually see it within 5. So the currency of paper money is slowly fading out, and it is going to do that. So for those of you that like money and paper money, and it's almost like the people that like physical books and want to touch paper, it is going, whether we like it or not. I'm an old-fashioned person. I like to read a good book. I'm not a Kindle person. I'm nothing against Kindle, but I would rather have paperback. And I do like money. I think it's kind of nice to have it, but seriously, where we're going, it's diminishing. So I definitely see that between now and 5 years, it is definitely going. Artificial intelligence. It will continue to take over, and it will take over hundreds of thousands of jobs. Like I stated in my last year's video, be careful what you're choosing. Make sure it is job-proof. You know how we say recession-proof, job-proof. Don't choose something and in 5 years or 10 years, the job is going to be eliminated completely. So you really have to think really, really hard in technology of some sort or anything in the creative sense that is still going to be very much needed, but you have to think long term. Get your kids as educated as possible in thinking what they want to do. because there is going to be a lot of those jobs that are going to be replaced by the computer. And it is sad. I get it. But it is what it is. So this is what I'm seeing. So like I said, hundreds of thousands of jobs. Not hundreds, not just a few thousand, a lot. Okay? So pay attention to that. Plan carefully. Help your children. Put them in a direction. Get them books. Get them educated. It's just something that you're going to have to be doing. Our Earth. What is happening with our climate? As many of you notice, warm places are becoming an all-time cold. Snow, flooding. So, is our Earth sick? It is. It really, really is. And for everybody listening to this video, we really have to step up to do as much as we can to recycle, to really learn about what we can do to not harm our Earth any more than what it is on a daily basis. Seriously, if we don't do something, we will not have breathable air in 99 years. Now, for all of those that say, well, I don't care, I'm dead. Well, guess what? Who cares about you then? Let's think about our future, and let's think about our future children and children's children's. And even if you don't have children, it's just you don't want to leave something that could be potentially harmful. It's going to be really, really tough. And, this Earth, like I said, is not only sick, but it's going down not in a good way. So we have to be more proactive to understand what we need to do. So that is something that's really big on the radar, and we need to do more, and we need to be more educated. Climate change. Climate change, like I just said a few minutes ago, it is going to keep, being very radical. Warm places are suddenly getting cold, and cold places are getting worse. And we're going in some places from maybe spring to winter. We're not having summers. We're not having falls. We're just going straight into winter. So that is something. But when you see the climate change like this, it will also be a risk to the financial stability of growing crops. So what's going to happen? Price changes, and they're going to go skyrocket high. So produce, vegetables, fruits, all of those things, it is going to have a lot, and it's going to be detrimental to our pocketbook. So anybody out there that can grow their own, I recommend you do it. Take away the pesticides, get organic soil, and really a lot of people are doing this, and they've been doing it, and I take my hat off to all of the people that do that, but you might want to consider doing that even more so. We have to go back to simplicity and basics. And I know that this is the day of convenience, but let's not be lazy. Let's try to do as much as we can, not only for our Earth, but even for ourselves in a healthy way, because so many people are getting sicker and sicker with so many different diseases that are premature that we really shouldn't be even having these at all, really. And they're starting even from young children getting cancer. Years ago you didn't hear of it. You might have heard of it, one or two cases here and there, but now it's becoming the norm, and that frightens me. So pay attention to the water that you drink. Pay attention to getting filters for your water. Pay attention to growing organically, teaching your children to farm. It is important. They need to do that. Not just ordering something online and having somebody else pick up your produce or your meat and have it delivered, and you're looking at the meat and like, this is a little gritty, or God, this tomato's pretty soft. That's what I'm talking about. This is where everybody is moving, and it's not moving in a good and healthy way. So pay attention to that. But it is going to be, the financial stability of growing crops is going to not be very well. California. I said last year in my 2019 prediction that I saw California having an earthquake, and everybody started laughing. Yeah, so many people say that. Well, California didn't have just one, but they had two, and it was a day apart, I believe. And I remember seeing it. And is California out of the woods? No, there is going to be more to come. It's sad because it's a beautiful state, but it is a state of turmoil. It is structurally, it is not the safest, and there is things that are just triggering that it's kind of brewing is what I see. So unfortunately, I don't see California being out of the woods. 2020 will be the year of major natural disasters such as mudslides, volcanoes. You're going to hear more tsunamis, more earthquakes around the world. And it is going to start taking place much more. So you are going to see, you're going to hear so much in different countries, and it's going to be quite sad. So it isn't just the United States. Last year I remember predicting New Orleans and Texas was going to be flooded out dramatically, which they were. So yeah, they were considered natural disasters as well, and again, that came true. So I do feel bad, but it isn't just limited to the United States. The whole world is going to be just, it's a mess. You know, it's going to be a mess. Okay, next subject that's everybody's talking about is 5G. Everybody is either loving it or not loving it. I'm not a fan of it, I'm not going to lie to you. You know, you have all the experts saying that there is nothing that's going to harm you, there is nothing that's going to cause cancer or radiation. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I know it's a faster network. It's more faster, sleeker, newer. It's wonderful. Yes, it is. But I do have concerns for radio frequency radiation. And yes, it does cause the increase of cancerous tumors. The increase of people having brain cancer and brain aneurysms are at an all-time high. And you know, for those of you that will dispute it, I'm sorry, you will never change my mind on that. It's wonderful to have this, but you have to be careful. So careful that if you constantly are in front of a computer or you're putting the computer, the laptop on your stomach, get yourself one of those radiation guards. You know, I know that Amazon even has those radiation blankets that you can put on yourself. I'm very serious. If you see your kids on it, that's fine. I'm not telling you not to be, but there is measures of protecting your organs because that radio frequency is definitely going inside your body. You're being absorbed. I have so many clients and loved ones that are dying from aneurysms and brain tumors and brain cancer. And trust me, it's getting to the point where it's becoming an epidemic. And I cannot believe that while it's just happening, it's being caused and brought on by something bigger. And this is what I'm talking about. So for those of you that don't buy it, yeah, you know, for the women that put, say, their cell phone in their bra, they're the first ones that down the road will get breast cancer. If you've got your phone in the back pocket, be careful for any colon cancer. That is all radio frequency your body is absorbing. So you're going to have to figure another way of what you're going to do with your phone. Sorry to tell you that. And start getting proactive and take a look at all the sick people that are out there. They're getting sicker and they're getting younger. So it is something to think about. So I am getting that. Another thing I want to tell you about 5G, as great as it's fast, and everyone's going to love that, it is really great for the hackers out there. Because the hackers that are getting into our data, our security, our numbers, our social security, they could get in a lot faster. So I always say, for every pro, there's a con. So yes, you're getting faster data, but so are the hackers out there. So what does that mean? Definitely start changing your passwords frequently. Maybe every day that should be a ritual to change something. But I am telling you, there will be much more identity theft, and it will continue to get much worse because of the 5G. Because like I said, it is going to be a faster frequency, so that means, yes, we're getting the data, but so are the hackers. Keep that in mind, okay? Okay, I'm from Chicago, and I am a diehard Cubs fan. So, David Ross, I think, you know, he is going to be actually one of the few that totally gets his players. He was the former catcher of the Chicago Cubs, and you know, now he's the manager, and he understands what it's like to be a player and to have a wonderful rapport and connection for understanding what they need to do. So 2020 will be the year of conditioning for our Cubbies. All right, 2021, it will be the team to watch. So go Cubs, do the work, and you know what? let's not put so much pressure on them having to win as much as where the direction that they're going. And it's going to be quite interesting to see. And you know what? You keep rooting for them, but we root no matter what. But they are in great hands. So you know what? David Ross, if you're listening, good for you. Okay, congratulations. I know you're really going to do a good job. All right, lastly, what I want to leave you with is, with all the pollution and the radiation that's making our earth sick, there is something much worse that's making our universe horrible. And that's the negative energy that people are putting out there with their hate and all their cynicism. That is probably the most toxic of all energy. We need to work on being much more aware of what we're putting out there. And we all need to really try to be a little bit more kinder. Okay? Stop criticizing, stop finding fault, stop blaming. And you know what? If you don't like something, be one of the people to start changing it. Because what I'm seeing is everybody is they're just not nice. I have a handful of people that I can honestly say that I see that are really, really nice in this world. And be one of those people. Start an epidemic. Start spreading that. Because seriously, we say the energy is bad, this is bad, this is toxic, but I think the most toxic is how we behave to each other in not a nice way. So, with that said, think about what you want to do, try to help somebody, have more patience, be a little bit more kinder. Think about, before you react to someone, how you would feel if your reaction was coming back at you, and see how that would make you feel. That always puts things in perspective for me. So, I wish you nothing but peace, love, kindness to each other, good health, good eating, work hard, get your sleep, don't watch that much TV that's going to make you sad, and do the things that put a smile on your face. Okay? Because what I'm seeing is our life is getting harder mentally, psychologically, emotionally. This is why, anxiety, depression is at an all-time high. Pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to how many vaccinations that you're overloading yourself and how many flu shots you're getting. Pay attention to when your body is speaking. If something is not working, don't take it. Listen to your body when it speaks. Pay attention. Pay attention to a lot of things out there. Just because a commercial is saying it's better, or somebody is saying, yeah, it's great, it's new, it's wonderful. Pay attention to how it is making you feel and how it's affecting your life. That's what we're stopping to do, and we need to do this more often. And every day is another chance for us to get it right. And when you wake up in the morning, instead of saying, ugh, say, you know what? Thank you. I'm alive today. Until next time, I wish you all a very blessed and a very happy holiday, and a most blessed Happy New Year and a wonderful 2020. All my love. Take care.